27 back in.
All right, we need a,
Meister Gravel and Excavation, is
That's-
that on that road?
yeah,
Holy shit. That we purchased gravel and
No.
that just trucking.
no, that's where they crushed all the gravel, put the
Here's
culverts
the
in.
itemized, just so nobody gets, you gotta pull it up so.
You get a
can
bill
see.
already?
Yup.
We're going through them now. 31,500.
Didn't even know you got a
Meister,
bill.
is he over from,
Springs.
used to sit with Arnon.
It was estimated at 26, I don't know, but I never even knew you got a bill.
Yeah.
I suppose that after bills in there.
I had to call him because it didn't even have where he was from or anything else. So if you see that when you get in there, we had to call and be like, we're.
Okay, we need
writing
a,
sentence.
motion on Tanner's deal.
I'll move after consultation and evaluation.
I make a motion, we give Ben the 50 cents.
I already started it, you
Oh,
listen.
you was pointing at him.
Oh, no, I was talking to him, jeez.
Well, you can't make a motion talking to Tanner.
You got these,
So you made a motion for,
50 cents for them.
Second.
All right, here's,
and then if you do have anything in showing that you did that so that I can put it in his personnel file.
Tanner's got some notes
So
for
I have to put that
the
in personnel file.
evaluation.
Good, yeah, I can get them to you.
And have
All
both of you guys sign it.
approved, say aye. Okay,
I already did.
okay. All right. Then, Yvette's gonna take a couple weeks off. And, she will come back as a consultant for the commission.
She's always been a consultant for the
Yes.
commissioners.
So then tell me what that means,
That means she works for us.
okay? And
She's
so
not under you. You want to make her under you, then make her a deputy.
we've tried that avenue before.
I know, that's
So-
what I said, because she gets no,
Okay, so then,
no kind of insurance, she doesn't get annual leave or anything, she's a consultant for us.
so a consultant of what?
Advice helping.
Yeah, would help you, first off, it was to help you guys balance the books.
Elections?
Elections, I think you're gonna have to do yourself, because I want her in my satellite. I'm gonna do a satellite office for all 3 counties.
So I agreed to be an election worker, but I won't administer
Okay,
that.
then I would like to disagree with that aspect
There you
of
go.
things. So just so you know on that one. So,
Now's your chance.
somebody's gonna need some assistance in regards to it because that is going to be a full-time, because the elections is going to be crazy as you've already begun to see on what it's gonna
Can't
be
be
like.
any crazier than what it's been the last
So-
20 years.
So on that end, Deb, maybe you want to get their approval to go ahead and advertise for a deputy, because that's what you told me you were going to do. You
For
wanted
the
to
elections.
advertise for a deputy.
Well, I'm not 100% sure on that because I need to put my ducks in a row, so I wasn't able to do
This is
that.
kind of a surprise, isn't it?
So, yeah,
Well,
So-
I
It's a
agreed to
surprise.
do.
We hired her, we hired her. as a
They
consultant.
hired me in July, it was July 19th, 2022, as a consultant to the commission, and there has never been anything since then to change.
it was,
My
you weren't hired
capacity.
as for the commissioners. She was hired through this office and we sat here and we discussed that.
Estimate for.
We
So-
put her
Was
on
there
because
a
you guys
motion?
weren't able to.
so we
And how could I not know?
This,
The first sheet as well.
How is it that I
This-
would not know
this-
that my status had changed
I have to go
unless
grab my book.
there was a meeting that I was
See if this is the
invited
same
to
as
where
the
it was
estimate.
discussed and a
That
motion made? There would be.
I guess that,
I'm
There's
sorry.
action that
Where's
needs
this
to be
coming
made
from?
to change the
Deb got
status.
that.
What is it? You disagree with it?
Well, I know that second page. No, that has nothing to do with it. That's a estimate for me on a grant. It's.
So this should
work
be
hasn't
a
been
part
done.
of the.
Well, that's maybe why it's on a separate sheet.
when I
Just
talked to
stapled
him,
together
that's
and sent
exactly what he
it.
said it was about. I talked to the guy.
Well, it's after.
This was
So
work that wasn't
anyway,
even
we were
done.
still kind of
Yeah.
discussing my
Push it.
position
Those
there.
are concrete culverts,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
That's for, just let me take this. I'll be.
okay.
Hey, the top sheet.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, Tanner wanted to say it. So,
So, I mean, I'm fine with that, but I'm saying that I think elections takes priority for next year over some of the other things that are gonna be going on. So,
Well,
That isn't what you signed up for.
So, I signed up here to come in and teach you how to do the work in the auditor's office. I
And
was
the
gonna be
registry
working
duties.
myself out of a job. I thought it would be 6 months, and then it became longer, and I know I am of value to you, Deb, I understand
by
that.
far,
But I
And-
came in through the motion that was made on July 19th, 2022, and there was never anything beyond that date that changed the capacity that I am in here. And I've always been, I was hired by the commission, Lloyd was the chair, Don and Danita made the vote. Do you remember when we had to listen to that recording? Lee, do you remember you came in and we turned the volume up and then we could hear the motion in the second? At first, all we could hear was Lloyd say, "Can I get a motion?"
I'd
And
have to
then,
look at it.
you remember, we were over there and then we couldn't hear it. She and Tierney were listening to it over and over. They couldn't hear it. So when you came in, I said, Lee, she said, Lee, we need another set of ears. So you and I went in and I turned the volume up. Then you could hear clearly, Don and Danita made the motion and seconded it, and Lloyd, he took the vote, it was carried,
Oh, yeah.
and it passed to hire me at $25 an hour as a
But it
consultant.
did start with elections. I mean, that was one of the,
I
first
came
things
in
that-
as an elections worker.
oh, okay.
I was an elections worker. Yeah. And then when when I came in to do elections, and Diane Larson talked to me, she pulled me aside and talked to me about the assistance that was needed here. So that's when I started doing that as a consultant to the commission. That was the July
you guys will need
19th,
to sign the
2022 meeting.
contract then.
So,
The contract's never been signed.
so anyway, because the motion was made over a year ago, if the commission would renew that motion and include the extra duties that you want me to help with. Otherwise, we're going off a motion from July 19th, 2022, that puts me at $25 an hour to help the books balance.
And I think we've achieved that.
At times.
At times.
And it's nice to have 2-3 sets of eyes.
Legal
or-
consultants, do we need to write a contract now?
And then Susan,
We can
she's
write a
been
contract.
asking for a contract, but what I told Susan, the commissioners put a motion in the minutes, that's black and white. That's what the auditors are
I'm
looking
just
for.
asking. They gotta do something back there.
We're trying to
But anyway,
this whole
You
issue.
would be interested in helping register.
I gotta take a couple of weeks and then, kind of look into the other opportunities and then, I mean, we all understand the environment here.
Okay.
This is not.
And I am going out of my way to come over and help you, Deb.
Oh, I know. I want it to be known that it isn't toxic here, you guys, so don't let.
We have, when we work together, then sometimes we have a back and forth about, this is how you do it, no, it's done this way, no, it's this way. Like with the axiomatic
Any
theory,
of this right
we
here.
are gonna transfer the valuations because we can. Melissa Flottmeyer said Bob wants the counties to transfer the valuations. And, I've only heard from Deb that Bob does not want the counties. I just got an email from Melissa saying, transfer the valuations because we need to see if it's gonna transfer from your system to the auditor system. That's the Ultra program, which
Okay.
has nothing to
That's
do with axiomatic.
What the bill's gonna be
So
for
we can
That's right.
transfer those.
24.
But anyway,
50.
if you guys, if you wanna continue on that motion from July,
With me, that's what I
I
was thinking,
think
like
they
25.
can match on their own and my service is no longer required. If you want me to continue to serve the commission, then you need to renew that motion and add the extra duties that you want me to help with. Because that motion is over a year old.
But there was no
Until you
time.
figure out what it is, we'll write the contract.
Is that
And
okay
I'll be
with you to
back in
have
2
a
weeks.
contract?
Yep.
There was no
Deb,
time limit on it.
Deb, everything for your disbursements is coded, and then I went through and then did a mini audit on that. So when you run your checks, then everything except for the one that Tanner pulled, you just delete that entry for Tanner's.
I nodded it, yep.
Yep, and then run that through, so. And then when you balance the books, because that's your next thing, then that's easy. Just remember to transfer your real estate taxes and that. Other than that, you guys are doing good for the past 3 months. It's been, that was, 3 months ago was perfect, 2 months ago was just the real estate taxes, and last month it was just the real estate taxes.
Did you hear back from that company yet on the,
No, he sent an email, and it had the wrong invoices. So it'd take more research, but he knows what we're after, and then, the man that actually, does the quotes for these books, he was given the message, so he should be, sending a quote,
okay,
so,
For what?
for the book,
mortgage
for those,
to pick up where we left off. It was 19 and 20 were the last to go, now it's 18.
I just don't wanna make a mistake.
17,
You guys,
16.
I am the auditor.
yeah.
Okay,
Of course,
You're-
yeah.
I am the
you are
auditor.
the elected
Okay,
You're
auditor.
the elected official, yeah. And I'm not trying to be
Oh,
the auditor, Deb. See, now Deb's
Why would
has,
you ask that question?
because Deb has told that to me before when we're working on levies. I had to
because
reach out to
sometimes
other
it gets to be
counties.
who's the boss around here.
And-
and it's- I just
Yeah,
want
there
people to
you
know
go.
that I am
There-
the
That's what
auditor.
it is right there, so.
Never doubt that.
Okay,
But
She
would-
is the auditor and the registrar of deeds. I work for the commission.
She would.
Would you be against the contract to make everything?
No, I would not be against that
You
at
could
all.
be a
I
technical,
just-
refer back to.
what,
Yeah.
technical advisor?
No, it's not technical.
We want her,
Well, like
Help
doing
with our
register.
And we can
that's
do
kind of-
that in the
yeah, but you would
October meeting.
specify register of deeds, don't say technical, because that's too damn broad.
They're registered, you
So
know,
we want register of deeds, and let's get started on that. Just
Prob-
whatever it is.
Well, yeah, but what if Deb has problems?
And then I'll take
and
on
a
a couple
consultant
because.
with Deb as
And
needed.
then, that's it right there, Deb does get a
All
little bit
elected
offended because she is the boss and she is the auditor, yeah.
we are equals,
She's
all of
the
us are
auditor,
equals, so
but
I just
am a
wanted to be known
consultant
that.
to the commission. So,
Get it in your head, it's in ours,
Okay,
well, some of us, let's put it that way. But,
so that when I give advice, it's not that I'm trying to be pushy and tell you what to do, Deb, I'm just trying to get through the process and get it right. So,
all right, so you guys made a motion?
no, we're gonna work on something, huh? Is that what you said?
we want you to be able to help balance the books, right? Register of deeds, start process to register of deeds, we need to get that going.
Written contract.
Then you would want to, because right now we're at balancing the books, you would want to, what have I done so far? I've helped her with the levies, with the budget.
But do we need to put all of that specifically in there? Levies, budget, register of deeds, all of
You can
that?
put
That's why I
anything
said technical, but-
excluding. We can talk about it more next month, but,
That would be
I
fine.
mean,
So you
I
guys know that
know-
there's some real serious stuff for the next 2 weeks going on. So, all this axiomatic and everything else, so when Yvette leaves today, and she's been doing, I'd say 90% of axiomatic,
There
and
you
she's
go.
leaving today, want you guys to know that we have a deadline at the 8th. So as commissioners, I'm telling you that that probably is not a
So
good idea.
whose axiomatic responsibility?
Well, but at the end of the dead would be commissioners and me. So we have
What is
a
the axiomatic?
deadline to
What's the
meet.
axiomatic?
it's a new program that was implemented by the, Department of Revenue,
Okay,
the
so
South
it's
Dakota
under
Tax
register of
Portal.
deeds?
No,
Register
that's-
of deeds?
That's completely
So
auditor,
okay. So that would go under what, treasurer?
that would go under the auditor.
Auditor,
And so what
why
needs
would
to be done? I mean, what's,
not, it's kind of an unknown of what's next because it's
Well,
another,
we needed
So-
to transfer the valuations, and we talked about that Friday, can we go ahead and transfer the valuations? No, because Bob said no, but then I reached out to Flatmeyer Melissa. Bob wants those valuations transferred so that we can look for any bugs and get them worked out before that stuff is entered into Axiomatic. which is a different.
So.
To which we
Yeah,
couldn't do
as
anything
far
today
as-
because of Melissa anyhow, right?
Well, no, Lee has the valuations. We could have done this Friday when I wanted to do it Friday. so that we
See,
could
and I don't
look for
know
the
enough of the
books.
process to have really have validated what Bob said. I just forwarded that to him and say, hey, what can I do so we can get this done? And whatever it said,
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen it. There's
I
nothing
didn't
you can
see
do
that
now.
email, but I did see in your program where we were able to get to the current valuations that we're gonna be using for the levy process. I told you, you don't need to print them out right now. I just need this number and this number and this number for the report that I was doing at that time.
If we need whatever we need to do.
And I'm
I mean,
thinking for, I gotta look out for Yvette in the end. Maybe we should go by task, pay me by the task. Danita's head shakes.
Yeah.
I am,
Making it more complicated.
And that would
Like
be
so
more
much for doing this.
I know.
yeah, right? But
Oh, how
at least
about the
on
time
that
clock?
end though, on that end, as far as the register of deeds, at
Still
least
on
we've
this.
sorted out that we cannot be doing
Oh, that is
those historical books in-house. Pay somebody to come in and do it for $12 an hour.
No.
It
Send
was
it out.
never feasible, and I'm glad that Chris
Send
was
it
here to reiterate that the M&P fund can pay for those books to be sent to Omaha, but it cannot pay an hourly wage for somebody to scan them in here.
Exactly.
So I'm
Understood.
glad that is sorted out now, and we can pick that up.
Who's
As
in
far
charge
as the
of
levy
sending the
process
books?
and all that, I
Mr.
mean,
Fox took
do we have it clarified, my purpose here?
Yes. To my
We
end.
always.
Deb, do we have that
always-
clarified?
It
My
sounds to
purpose
me
here?
like you got it clarified, Yvette.
It was clarified from the
So-
beginning, and I've mentioned it several times.
So
to
what,
you.
back to this, that's due on the 8th, what do we need to do? I
We
mean,
need to transfer in the valuations. I have the workflow over here.
So how long will that take? Is it
It's
something that
unknown
we can't
because
get
it's an
done
unknown,
now?
it's an unknown thing of how long it's gonna take.
So
Probably
this
won't
there-
take very long.
This is what's called your tax billing system workflow.
Have we done this before?
We do
This
this
part we
every
have,
year.
the axiomatic
Okay, so
Every
why
year.
would it be different?
The first time I did it was in 2019, and
How long
this
did it take
is
you?
what is done in the Ultra program. Doesn't involve Axiomatic. First step is to transfer your valuations into the system. And then Wendy had a note, that's a different email, about something about pay.
so Yvette, what would it take to keep you here to do this, is what I'm getting at, I guess.
What do you guys think I'm worth?
Well,
I
no,
mean,
but I mean, you said you wanted
It's-
2 weeks
it's
off.
worth- It's worth a lot so that we clarify my purpose here. I'm a consultant to the commission.
Yes, but
So
what,
when I'm trying to teach you, Deb, it's not that I'm just telling you what to do. We're trying to get through a process and I'm trying to teach you. I'm not just trying to tell you
And
what
I
to
guess part of
do.
what I like to say is, we're in this together. I don't,
We
I'm
are
going
in
to
this
be a
together.
team, it's a team, to
yeah,
be able to put it as a team. And so
It's been going well.
I thought it had been going well, so this is
Well, yeah, for
kind of
you
slap.
guys, it's been going
So-
very well, but for me, I don't know, Deb, how would you feel when you started a job and then all of a sudden you had somebody come in and say, you're my employee, when in reality you weren't, so then you try to explain to them what you're doing here and then they tell you, no,
I thought
I'm
it
your
was-
boss.
I thought it was all a team unit, so that's.
The team
however,
thing never happened and I can't be a team with, I
You
mean,
guys, as
We've
commissioners, you
already
can't figure it
discussed
out.
the register and the director of equalization. You can't be doing that.
a possibility you two could work this?
That's what I thought we were doing, so
Well,
this is
for
new.
you, it was working out for you because you said that I was your employee and I do what you tell me to do. Well, yeah, of course that's
That
working
isn't
out for
true.
you.
I thought the commission said it's underneath the auditor, so that was my fault. I thought
And then the other
when we
one,
were under that and doing that and everything was going through, I thought you guys had said that, I don't know, when everybody was complaining from our audience, you said, well, Deb hired Yvette. And so was my understanding of
She
when
worked
that
for
all
us
went down.
Because what we asked was that if she did work at the treasurer's office, treasurer pays her. She does work for you, you get paid, remember how we tried to break it down that way, so it didn't all come out of auditor or whatever, because she does do other stuff.
The term consultant was in there several times, so that consultant is like an advisor, not a,
Well, we've had lots of consultants, so let's say Tanner has a consultant that comes through, who's it under?
well, he don't boss it. He don't tell the consultant what to do, does he?
The consultant comes in and advises Tanner on the proper way to do Ellen Speck's gravel road, so he doesn't get in trouble for
In that
giving free
department.
gravel because somebody told him to go give Ellen some free gravel.
In
That's a
the
good
auditor's
example there.
office or the highway department, or didn't really matter, does it? Who-
So this right here is from Wendy Semler, and what she wants by September 8th, which is not feasible at all because of where we stand. I read the email, Dan's got everything, we're waiting on him on the axiomatic end. What Wendy says is certification of values and utility valuations were mailed out yesterday, the 4th of August, and we got those. Per South Dakota codified law, that's correct. The next step is for you to place the utility valuation in the respective taxing districts and upload your finalized auditor's growth form to the e-file system, which is axiomatic. This must be done by September 8th. But I've got the email from Melissa saying that Dave has received the stuff on the axiomatic end. Now he's got to manipulate them and then get them uploaded. That'll be done on the other end. As far as getting the valuations in, all of the other counties that are parent counties for the school districts, and then the other counties that have taxation districts for those schools, they're sending us their valuations left and right, and they're coming out of their auditor's program. So they've already transferred from the assessor's office into the auditor's system.
Like Gerald County and Brew
Yep.
County.
We got
and there's
Beetle
their own-
County, Han County, Hyde County, Gerald County, Sanborn County, Brule County, Lyman County, and Buffalo County.
So do you know how to run that, or do you have,
As far as the assessor system, I was gonna try to get that book, the state assessed valuation book that you have, I'm sure in your office, so I can kind of look at it and then see, so I could understand that side of it a little bit better.
see, and I've
But
never done it before. so
On your system, then we can pull the valuations out of there and transfer them to the auditor's system through Ultra, because those computers, they communicate now. But we just need, we need a little guidance on
I
that.
know, I've
When
never.
I was here before, then we would put it on a flash drive, and then I would take the flash drive, get it in there, and then I would call Bob. And then Bob would remote in and then pull them off of the flash drive and upload them into Ultra.
So maybe what I should do is call Bob and make sure we didn't miss anything in communication here.
Right?
Hey, it sounds like a simple in-house task.
And it's involving Ultra. As far as uploading to the e-file system, they're not even done on their end. So And then that axiomatic thing now, I came back last week because Deb was getting nasty grams from Wendy. So we got back over, I
She's the
got back
lady of-
over here. Wendy is Department of Revenue. So I got back over here and then we processed that and got it done. So after we got it all done, then on the other end, on the state end, they're having issues on that end, which is delaying that process. So that's nothing to do with what's going on here. But anyway, I think that the only duties that can feasibly be completed at this time would be the disbursements and closing the books. The Register of Deeds books are already closed for August. I did that last week. So that's Register of Deeds books for August are done. There was one instrument and I'm finishing up on that.
It sounded like there wasn't anything for the fire, but I thought there was a fire, so.
But we all understand, Deb, that you are the auditor. Nobody is trying to be the auditor. We're just trying to make sure
I have
that
some
things
of them,
run
so I don't
smoothly
know.
and that we keep things we're doing things in a timely manner. People on the state side have been in approval of, right?
I agree, yep.
So
So whatever needs to happen next, let's,
you agree with that then?
sure.
Okay, so if I come in as a consultant for the commission and I go through something with you, there will be less of a back and forth. And it's not that I'm coming in here trying to be bossy and tell you what to do. It's just that I have the experience to do it, and I loved my college classes that I went to for business, so. It
So then
is
the
what
only
it
thing
is,
that's
but-
changed is elections then?
Well, elections, I really never agreed to do the administration of the elections. Deb, I did go into total vote with you to process voter registrations. That was to teach you how to do it.
I know how to do it. I'm just
There
telling you guys,
go.
here's
There you
the
go. She
thing,
knows
there's
how.
the volume of what's going on. And nobody can
Small town.
deny the volume of the things that are
Nobody
going
can
on.
deny the volume of things that happen in the auditor's office, because I was here at Rex and I was alone, doing it by myself.
I remember, but I wasn't up
And
here
then-
though.
And then Michelle came in after me, right?
Yep,
She had help. You can never say that Michelle did it by herself,
Dulcie.
because I've been through those
Didn't have
books,
no
and
outside Dulcie helped her, right?
Dulcie helped. Yeah.
There's a huge
But
volume of
Dulcie
what's
was
going
working
on.
in the Director of Equalization's office, and she had 2 or 3 PT 55s a month. In the meantime, she was sitting idle. That's why
Hasn't
she
changed
told
much
her.
since then, I don't think.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't changed much since then. So Dulcie did have the time, and you know what? If she could have helped me when I was here, it might have made me last longer, but again, it might have made me leave sooner, because she did sabotage some of my work when I was here.
Yvette, is your position on this that you just don't want to be the election director?
I will not administer the election.
Okay, but you are willing to help.
I'm willing to help in the areas that I've been helping with all along, as long as we get it clarified and as long as I want to be here. Don, I'm like you. Do I want to be here? Should I pursue this other opportunity over in Fort Thompson? Should I go full speed ahead on that property over there and try to do what my cousin Diane wants done? Should I,
Don't
what should I
start
do?
something and not finish the whole stuff. We ain't got
I
time
could be in other
though.
places.
There, you know, you have a lot of ability, you have a lot of options. I'm trying to bring this to an end.
No, please.
Thank you. So, if I go for 2 weeks and take a little bit of time, it won't hurt too much. I mean,
No, but I would like to help with this deal that's due September 8th. If we-
yep.
It'll still
And that
happen,
is
whether
right
Yvette's
here.
here or not here.
Yeah.
It has to
It's-
happen.
Yeah, it has to
Same as-
happen no matter what. But at this point, the Axiomatic still does not have the 2022 figures in there. So we can't upload to anything to Axiomatic. So we won't be able to do it by September 8th, whether we can or not.
Where do those figures gotta come from?
They come from Lee's valuations and, well, actually what we're doing right now, we just got done doing the recapitulation
But Lee could get you those valuations to get it in.
to get us started on the 2024 paid, or the 2023 paid 2024 levy process, and yeah, we can get started on that.
Okay.
And that's
We'll figure
following
it
this
out.
work
We'll
from
make
over
it
here.
happen somehow,
But
yeah.
I still would like to take a step back again, and I did step back in
Yeah.
August. I was here for the 17th and the 18th and then the 31st in August.
Yeah, no,
And I
and
came
that's
back and
fine,
told them
that's
that-
fine,
I felt relieved,
yeah.
So yeah, let's bring it to an end and, I don't know, whatever you wanna do with your motion, I mean, something to keep me here. The other thing that Deb was confused about was where was my pay gonna come from? That was another discussion that she and I had. Where is my pay coming from? Because she's overexpended in both offices.
So Let's talk about overexpended though, because in LATCF, we said that we were going to be taking at the end of the year professional services, and she is under professional services. Now, if we put it all under commissioners, that's one
Oh,
thing,
there should have been a line item professional services.
so.
And it's overexpended because she didn't budget for professional
I think we're
services.
gonna have to.
For 2023,
I don't know.
And it's not budgeted for 2024 either. So basically, she's out of money
Like in her office, you mean?
just for
We're-
professional
we're out.
services.
In her,
That line item is overexpended.
So we'd have to take the LATCF, or the
But
others
we
have already
can't use
said.
the LATCF though for wages.
So I wanted that clarified too. And then on that, I would appreciate a couple, if you don't mind, Deb, a couple weeks. Just let Wendy know that I'm dealing with my daughter's health issues.
Well, it won't matter when you won't, it'll still have to move forward, so I'll
Well,
just
no
do
matter
it.
what, but
So,
on their end, you can't do this task by September 8th. Do you understand that?
we'll be here nights, so.
But,
It is
um,
codified law.
And you are auditor.
No, but that doesn't matter, you know, we found out that doesn't matter on our reserves, so,
What they think, yeah.
yeah, what does codified law mean? So,
When we're sitting in jail.
I don't wanna be on that side of Wendy somewhere.
no,
So you better give me good jail.
Okay,
We'll make it
federal
happen.
pen and
So anyway,
somewhere.
that was
you gotta
your.
take that right there. so
That
it's
would be
like-
down in Sioux Falls. I'm gonna be locked up in
Put
Sioux
it back
Falls.
on there, so
They
it
say
doesn't-
federal, federal, federal state.
Thank you.
okay,
One in
let's
Colorado.
move on, I wanna, need to approve vouchers. We did change the, Feisner one to 24,750. So that will change our vouchers some, but other than that, I need an approval.
Everything's good with, well, she's still looking at them.
So this guy must be a juvenile, because I thought I'd seen one in here for juvenile. Right now, do I see it?
Jail time?
Yeah, that second one on there.
There's a couple in here for jail, one for 44 days
Yeah.
worth, and
Yeah.
another one for,
But that one, you've also got a juvenile. And it's got the same name, that's what I'm looking at.
There was a,
Trying to
I don't know
find
if
it.
that's the case, but there was an adult and a juvenile picked up at the
Okay,
same time.
I just seen the last name, that's what,
Okay.
okay, is that what it is? Because we did pay for them to take the
Yeah.
juvenile.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll move to approve. I see what I have to.
Oh, second.
All in favor? Okay, upcoming trainings and conventions.
I think everything's good to go right now. Several of us are leaving next week to go to,
Sioux Falls.
yep.
Yep.
And so, and then I have one coming, elections in October,
Yeah,
19th
Palmer
and
Elmer.
20th,
Yeah.
or
Yep,
18th and 19th.
And doesn't Tanner
I
have
stuffed him
one
with
in
everything.
He's coming with me on that day.
On the October one?
No, I don't know. Yeah, I think he does have something on October.
He's got a big highway one in October, if I remember.
The sheriff is going someplace.
Yeah.
But,
Okay,
those were already approved.
I think
Yeah.
there's things that we can do.
So,
and the next commissioner meeting, October 3rd. Need a motion to adjourn.
We need to finish that resolution.
Oh, all right,
Motion for, Steve, help us with this, please.
Excuse me?
This motion for you that
We will, but you
we
need,
put it together for us then?
yeah.
We'll put
David will do it.
We will put together a basic contract. I think it still needs to be ironed out exactly what
Okay.
she's.
What-
We'll do that then?
Yeah.
okay.
Can we wait till next month then? or-
you want to,
Oh,
you want
yeah.
a copy of
You
the
want us to-
contract we have now?
We
Okay,
have a contract now?
Yeah, we have a general contract
Give
from
us,
now.
give us a copy of that one.
Give us that. Just email it to me, yeah.
Okay.
all right, need a motion to adjourn.
I thought we did.
I'll move
Second.
to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Road time.
You guys probably get over